Alright guys, so we are almost ready for our cash flow game. This would have a game that I would have played back in 2001, 2002, somewhere around, I think it was 2000. And 2001, yeah. And I think I didn't like the game. It was long and boring. And by the time I said, hey, I'll take it home. I'll look at it again, and then start to develop a partner of mine, same namesake. Um, he was into another company and they were teaching this. And you can see most people were not able to come out of the rat race because of their bills. Let's look at it and see. Very interesting game, a very emotional game too as well because inside the game you can have one baby, you can have up to three babies. Thank God, because some men only land on it all the time, right? Going through their own challenges and say, I want no more children. Well, you don't have a choice once you land on that. So this is inside the rat race here, and the goal is to one of these here. You choose a goal, and then along the way on the goal, you may buy some food businesses, give some charity, start up a heat and AC services. You may the pink are the dreams. So a park name after you, run for mayor, a gift of faith, Helsinki, the Swift Alps, dinner with the president, research for cancer, seven wonders of the world, and so on and so on. So inside the game here now, this is where the trouble really begins. This is the rat race here, and this is everything and I think that Robert Kiyosaki did an excellent job. I'm not getting any kudos for this, but I know he did an excellent job. Because of this now, it formed my mind back in 2001, 2002, and by the time we played it a few times, well, I was first to come out every single time out of the rat race, and I said, God, show me how I could really do the same thing with my life. And it took some time. Calvin was out of the rat race by 2012, 2013, and then I officially 2025. Took a little while, could have been there before, and sometimes you make mistakes along the way. You don't put all the eggs in one basket, we always say that, but sometimes you make mistakes along the way, and then you learn from your mistakes, and that is your education, so you know that you would never do that again. So the whole game is that after this, your expenses, you must make your expenses, your passive income must be more than your expenses. And once you have done that, you are out of the rat race, so to speak, and now you're into the big deals now, the big deals of the world on the outside. Now, inside of the game, as I said, big deals, there are small deals and big deals. So, inside the game, it has small deals and big deals. Big deals are over $8,000 upwards. If you have that in your hand, small deals are, you must have it in your hand. Small deals are 7,000 and below. Do that is reality. Let's pull a few just to see. Play the lotto. Some just play right through and they make you no money for 20, 25, 30 years. You buy a CD, carry out friends for lunch, kids' birthday party if you have children. If you have a child. So, I have all kind of things. Car needs tires, $300, yeah. It's reality. And if once you're inside the game and you hit that, do that, you have to pay it. It's not asking you. So I run the bank most of the time. I work as the banker. So I'll be very strict with you. And then you say, it's how people are emotional. It's the same thing in life. Right, and the market is what you have to be looking for when the market change all the time. So the markets are what we have learned over the years from Philip Rusher, Tim Padmore, Kenneth Barrington, Thomas, Dr. McDonald, and so forth, and a few other persons who we would have looked and see how to look at the markets. And we're not talking about stock market, we're just talking on generally what's happening in the major world, and that affects everything, right? So again, you are a rat in the rat race, and this is your cheese. and you're going towards it, as the case may be. You are rat in a rat race. So it's a very interesting game. It's a pencil and paper game. We have to be rubbing off and so forth, as you can see here. Let's look at this one here. You're buying, you can buy savings. These are the things that will help you. You buy stocks. You buy real estate, as the case may be, or businesses, and this is what helps you to come out of the rat race. And what you're buying, you have to spin around here, go around, go around, go around, and that's what's happening. Everybody, every single month, people are getting paid. So when you're inside here, you have to say paycheck, please, paycheck, please, paycheck, please. You don't tell me that. You are getting no money. If you're passing and you say it, I get a blind the first time, I get a second blind, by the third blind, that is it. If you say that, you are getting no pay, because every month we went to the bank this morning, and when we went to the bank, the lady said, "Oh God, I want the gas bill, I have no money." I went there, my bill, I have no money. Look, I come here looking and I getting no money. Well, she was the wrong ATM, because my ATM was spilling out money. So the whole idea is that when they see the month end come, people need that money and they're like thirsty for it. So this game is really good. And then afterwards, when we finish, of course, we're in the music school here. We've kind of faded out. We had children and them, the students and them had to play to come in, but the adults here, you don't have to play to come in, right? So this is inside the music school here. And then when we flick off to give you the movie time, and we have it there with the subwoofers and everything. Right, so you're feeling like real theater. So that's the event today that we're having, and build relationships. We have a few drinks and so forth, little finger food, and that's it. If you want to bring something to share, not a problem too as well. And that's it. We have to educate you and teach you. And this game has transformed our family. It has helped us to be able. We didn't have the house at that time when I was playing the game, and then by the time the house came, the house is a mortal. Mortal means debt or mortgage. English is debt, but mortal is the Italian word. And of course, we had to do for all here. We didn't have no AC. We had we just had the rooms in. We had a fire downstairs here. There's many different, and that's called doodads. All those things that doodads, real life situations that happen along the way of life that that you did not cater for. And here we are in 2025. Where we can say, praise God. I have take early retirement, and that's the only way I could have taken early retirement, because my cash flow in my multiple streams of income has been there. And I said, hey, I hit that time and time again. What am I waiting on? What is the time to waste time and just say, come out and go and live some of your goals, finish some of your goals, because you can't wait till you're 60 and 65. And if some of you all could start now, wherever age you are, and next 5 years, achieve some of them, and some of you all might take 10 years, some of you take 15 years, and if you're over 60 or 70, you don't have all that time. You better make your money fast, and we're going to show some of the businesses that we have been into, good and bad, and we're showing you how we have made it, right? What does it say? If you are this is a high end, if you pull this card, tough luck, trouble, couple smoke your pipe full. If you're in the middle, engineer or manager, crapple a little pipe. You have no big pipe. You could try and come out. You see all these people: truck driver, nurse, police officer, teacher, mechanic, janitor, and secretary. These people are low income people. Low income. Look at the salary every month, $2,500. Look at this one, $1,800, $2,000, $3,000, $1,008, $2,005, $3,002. Right, 2005, 3001. So all these are low income. They could come out the rat race. You see the Mr. Doctor and airline pilot and lawyer and them, they can't come out. So the child have to come for private lessons by Mr. Marlon and a few other teachers, and they had to go for ballet lessons and so forth, right? So this is a high profile payment, because you see every child expense is $640, where your child who is a secretary is $140, big difference, or janitor $70. Depends. So it depends. A business manager, engineer, your child going to private lessons and so forth, $250 per child. So once you land on baby, oh Lord, you mark that down inside your paper. You have one child, Look at it. Yeah, one child and an engineer, 250, and they write it down, or 240, right? And then you start working your way down. So it means that you have the child, it means that you have less, you have more expenses, it means that you have less cash flow, because you have to minus it from there. It's a game of pencil and rubber. We have enough pencils and rubbers here, erasers, for those persons who understand what's taking place. And it's back and forth. And then some people say, oh God, when this game go done? The game go done when you come out of the rat race and you achieve your goal. And so sometimes when, I'm just explaining to you so that those who are coming through and those who are maybe thinking of it, you have an idea. So unless you really play it, it is really a mindset. And like how people think they're gambling and they have to roll one dice or two dice or three dice, as the case may be. Because listen, you could pay for charity, 10%. Where it is here, charity. Where it is, the market, charity. Pay the 10%, downsize, lose one or two turns. It don't go to jail. It's not monopoly, right? This is real. Right, they're looking for charity. Pay 10% of your total income. So what's your total income? Your total income is $9,800. So 10% of it is $98. Keep the change, because we that dollars. Inside that is big money business here. I'm gonna pull it up and see. This is big money business. Big money. Not just big money. Over the money on below here by itself. Let me pull it up. Right. Yeah. You have no $1. So that $90, you have to keep that change. Give that as a tip. You have 50s, you have 20s, you have 5,000, you have 10,000, you have 100,000, yeah? You have a million. Yeah, 100,000, you have millions. That's what you have there. I haven't played this game for maybe about a year and a half, but we want to start to introduce it back for persons, different people who are in clubs that play the cash flow game. And people say, hey, where you get this cash flow game? This is exclusive. I said, that's exclusive to all your company. I said, partner, I buy this, you understand? And I using this to educate my people and teach people why you're inside of the rat race. And when they reach over 60, one guy, I spoke to him yesterday, he was 62. And his house is the challenge. To pay off that mortgage is the challenge. And so obviously everybody has their own doodads of life. Don't get mixed up, no matter we are out of the rat race. That doesn't mean that we don't have doodads. Let me show you a doodad here. Let me show you a big doodad. Colin just reached back here. We just did some work on our vehicle here. Did over this vehicle. Paint job, everything looking nice. I know it's sun out, we in paradise. Right, boom. Sheer drive. You need to go closer on that side. You're too close to the side. Way too close. Way too close. Don't touch. Way too close. Go back and just cut thing up. Okay, Santa Fe needed an engine. It's crypto that pay for that. Almost, I gave the guy $25,000 to start, paid another $25,000. Something when he was changing the oil just the other day, the guy didn't know how much to put. You put a little bit over. By the time you check the parts of it, the parts were $7,550. Yes. Right? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so. Yeah. And $7,550. So you know what happened? I said, hey, man, this vehicle is costing me more than, I didn't have the key self. Let me see if it'll open the trunk for me. I said, this vehicle is costing me more. Yeah, executive right. I love it too bad. It's not opening. But hey, I could take this money. I could take this money, or anyone. Somebody want to buy. The guy did an excellent job. Hubert, excellent job on it. Excellent job. So I could take the same funds and spin it inside of the game and take it into one of the businesses. Whether that is be Bitness, whether it's Cryptex, or any one of the other businesses or so forth, and just multiply that funds and set those funds there. In the next 2-3 years, we set to go. Or some business are daily cash flow, and you can just put in a daily, take it out daily. Yeah, things like that, and turn over that cash flow. And that's the whole idea and education behind it. And some people say, I ain't so sure I want to take that chance. Well, that's up to you. Stay in the rat race. But those who understand that they want to come out of the rat race, this is the way forward. And so you have to change your mindset. You have to associate yourselves with people that are going places and so forth. Hey, many years we didn't have nothing like this. I tell you that, nothing. You could tell me about that, nothing. And it might be simple as this here, nothing. In the back here, when my in-laws died, we had to create a space during COVID. I know 3 lights come on all in one. And I had to create a space, a storage area for all them books and everything. I was like, where would I do that? And one day, boom, I said, let's create a storage area, because you can imagine all this all over. We're getting cash flow to do it during COVID. When COVID was done, some people made money and others did not. I don't say who made money, but you get the idea. So at the end of the day, you need cash flow for almost everything that you're doing. Cash flow is what the name, and so that's why the name of the game is cash flow. And once you play the game, you will understand where to get your cash flow. I have persons who give the real story. As soon as the month come, they say they have more money than month. That's a negative thing. If you keep on saying that, exactly what you say is what you get. So don't say things that you don't want to get. You know, Zenata has a new the glow with the flow brings the cash flow. The flow with the glow brings the cash flow. You know, I created a coin, and she said she liked that. You know, and only the positive things they try to say to yourself to help your and send the energy, the frequency out to the universe. And once it goes out to ether, it comes back to you faster and faster. So if you set a target, a small money, you will get small money. When you get small money, don't be upset when somebody set a target for big money. And when I say small money, I'm talking about 100,000 US to let's say 2 million. That is small money. Right? And if you set a target for 10 million, now, if you set a high target, you have to be working towards your target. You can't say you want the most expensive goal here, but you are a secretary and you're chunksing to take a chance in buying some shares. And that's the first step. Or buying some real estate. That's the first and second steps there. And you don't want to do that. Well, you will stay here forever. You will be that rat inside that rat race, and you will not come out and get your cheese on the outside. So it's a beautiful game. Hope to see you all. You can just message me on the side. Yeah, it's fun and it's good. Hey, look, I found my rubbers I was looking for the steel pan. Yeah, this was costing almost. Look and see. These these little rubbers here, $25 plus VAT. So 28 something for that. I said that we used to get that free. This rubber, we used to get that free. Look at how much. There's two rubbers here for the steel pan. 2 rubbers. And this is costing, this little thing here is costing $28.75. Could you imagine that? This used to be free long ago. So folks, hope to see you. Shalom.